The following is a Richie on Sports production.
It's been said of the game of baseball that it's a child's first step towards manhood and a man's last link to his childhood. And here at the Big Easy Sportsplex in the Elmwood area, that's on display every day of the week. Hi again, everyone, and welcome inside the Big Easy Sportsplex, and welcome to Louisiana Baseball. Eric Ritchie alongside Joey Cabaceres, and this place inside, it's unbelievable. It's jaw-dropping.
It's big. It's big. And if you take a peek looking around, we're filming in reverse to give you guys a view. You could see kind of the enormity of what's just on the ground floor in the front entrance. We have, Sidelines Cafe. We have our Marucci store when you first walk in. We have our Total Package Performance Center for all the youth athletes. Upstairs, the lights are on. That's where our adults go work out. That's our upstairs fitness center. We have our machines over in the corner. And behind you, which you can't see, are the basketball and volleyball courts, some more open cages, and an entire backfield.
Premier indoor facility in the Gulf Coast, that's for sure. Over the next 30 minutes, Joey and I break it down on the college and high school baseball playoff trail. But we lead off with a local guy, Johnny Giavitella. From Jesuit to UNO, now to the Kansas City Royals. He was back this past weekend for a 4-game set at Zephyr Field as he continues to make his way back to the bigs. Johnny Giavitella back in his hometown this weekend, and as usual, playing well. It was just 2 months ago that we caught up with the ex-privateer before he left for spring training with the Kansas City Royals.
I spent 3 years here at UNO. It's right here. Almost like you're painting a picture across his chest. I want to help these kids out because when I was here, I would have died to have someone in my shoes come and talk to me, come and help me with my swing, help me on defense. There you go, much better right there.
Sent to Omaha despite a hot-hitting spring, Giavitella kept his same positive approach.
But I had a chance of making it as a utility guy. Unfortunately, they told me that because I had one option left and because all the guys didn't, that they were going to send me back down to Omaha. This year, I played well. They told me they had a lot of confidence what I could do, and actually I called up like a week into the season because Omar went down for a few days, so got a chance to go back up to Kansas City, played well, and now I'm back here. This being my 4th year in Omaha makes things a lot easier for me just to settle down. There's not too many unexpected things that happen anymore in this game at this level, so coming to the field with a lot of confidence in what I can do, and I just try to get better every day, help my team. In whatever case I can. I'm playing third base now, a little bit of second base. So just any thing I can do to help the team win is what I'm all about.
The Zephyrs swept Omaha, but in the 4-game series, Giavitella hit a sultry .438 by going 7 for 16. 3-hit games on both Friday and Saturday included a home run.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's a dream come true, these guys seeing me play. I'm going 8 months out the year, so I don't get to see them much. So to come back to New Orleans and allow them to see me play is definitely something that I cherish, and I love seeing them at the games, just telling me hi and good luck before the game, and I think that that it means a lot to them watching me play.
Johnny Giavitella oozes New Orleans, a New Orleans kid through and through. Known him since he was a little boy. Played at Jesuit High School, was a Jefferson Parish product, played in the JPRD system growing up. Tough as nails and loves this city. I think what stands out when you talk about a Johnny Giavitella is he's been successful literally at every level he's played at. Since he was 6 years old, all the way to the big leagues, he's never had a season or a time where he just tanked or he just wasn't that good. He can hit, he can play up multiple positions, but obviously he's at second base now. He can run, he's gritty, he shows up every day, he kind of avoids the injury bug. It just kind of highlights how tough it is to not only make it to the big leagues, but then stay in the big leagues. He is as gritty as they come. We all root for Johnny over at Big Easy. We all want him to be a 15, 20-year big leaguer and retire.
Now, as for LSU, the Tigers involved in what they called a crucial 3-game SEC series with Tennessee. After splitting the first 2 games, it came down to the rubber match. Let's check in now with LSU. It's time for the LSU report. LSU in a Sunday battle with Tennessee. Tigers taking a 3-2 lead in the 4th. Connor Hale with the infield single that would score Sean McMullen. LSU using 7 pitchers on the day. The Volunteers would tie the game at 4 with a pair of runs in the 8th inning. But in the home half of the 8th, the Tigers' bats respond. Hale again, this time with his 3rd RBI of the game that would score freshman Jake Fraley, and LSU led 5-4. Finally, Alex Bregman smacks a 2-out single to left. That scores the game's final run. Joe Broussard would finish things off in the 9th, and LSU wins 9-4, moving a half game out of first place in the SEC West.
Eric, I'll tell you, this was a tough, hard-fought series. I'm just glad we played at home, to be honest with you. I'm absolutely exhausted. This Tennessee team fought us tooth and nail every step of the way. I thought each game was a very competitive game, amazingly competitive game. I mean, it was just one of those weekends where, you know, you were going to, whatever you got, you were going to have to earn it. You were going to have to go out and take it. Nobody was going to give you anything. And I admired the Tennessee team. They played very, very hard, very well-coached team, and it tested us to the limits. I know in some regards, you know, you're disappointed you don't sweep the series. On the other hand, you know, going into today, you know, we really our Sunday's pitching situation is a piecemeal thing, and they got a guy that's been their Friday night starter for his whole career. Yeah, you know, it was a tough game today, and it was a critical game for us to win, and I'm really proud of the way the guys responded.
You know, I definitely think this was the most important game up to this part of the season. You know, it was important to carry our momentum over to this weekend from last weekend. I mean, the SEC West is a really tough race right now, so this was a huge win for us.
Oh, it's huge. They're a great team. They're going to make some noise the rest of the year. Their offense is tremendous, and it was just a huge win for us. And we're going to build off that, and it's going to give us a lot of confidence for the rest of the season.
First few at-bats, I wasn't trying to do too much. I had runners at third both times with 1 out, so I was just trying to get a ball in play and be able to drive them in, and I was able to do that.
There's a couple nice defensive plays in this game.
Yes, there was all around. We played a pretty solid game of defense, and it helped us come out to the victory.
So LSU has a kid named Jake Fraley, plays a little outfield for him. He was the SEC Freshman of the Week, injected a lot of life into their lineup. I really like watching this kid play. A little reminiscent of Pete Rose a little bit. Gets after it, really hustles, really gritty. And you see that a lot when these guys get these opportunities. These kids will step up, and then a whole team will get contagious with it. But I want to talk to you a little bit about LSU in general, what they're going to have to figure out, and I think they're trying to figure out, and it revolves around this mound, right? So on Sunday, in the SEC, or Sunday in any conference, who's throwing the baseball? Who's going to the mound? In the SEC, you're running into teams, you know, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Auburn. They got a guy. They got a guy on Sunday that's going to go out there that's really good. So LSU has to figure out on Sunday, how are we going to get that game? You know, and right now they're piecemealing it together. They got a couple guys going around, righties, lefties. But even here at Big Easy, what happens all the time is we look at the mound, guys come in off the street and say, well, who am I going to play the next day? You know, if I'm playing for Rummel and I'm going to play Jesuit the next day, who's pitching? They think about it, they come on in, and they start taking swings kind of in their mind against that pitcher. So it's really important that LSU finds that guy, steps up, finds that hot hand, and delivers a baseball on Sunday.
Time for our first break here on Louisiana Baseball. Coming up later, high school baseball playoff time. First round action from around the state in 5A. But up next, how about one, make that two walk-off wins this past weekend for Tulane as Louisiana Baseball rolls on from Big Easy Sportsplex. Louisiana Baseball is brought to you by Big Easy Sportsplex. Also by Spirits on Bourbon, Arrow Fence, and MyHealthInsuranceLady.com.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center. And it's not just for pros like former LSU star Chad Jones.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us, why are you a member?
In the heart of the French Quarter, the recently renovated Spirits on Bourbon, as seen on Spike TV, is your must-see destination on Bourbon Street, with nightly entertainment featuring our dueling piano show. Sing along and have a great time. Spirits on Bourbon, with our world-famous signature drink, the Resurrection, served in our souvenir blinking skull mug with tons of booze and a jalapeno for extra kick. Or try the Barber Beer. It's not a beer, it's a delicious mixed drink with whipped cream vodka, root beer schnapps, cream soda, and topped with whipped cream. Or if you dare, pay homage to our resident ghost, Edward Dubois, and have a shot in his barber chair. Come hungry. Our great food is served 24 hours a day, Thursday through Monday. Steaks, shrimp beignets, shrimp po' boys, and the best gumbo in the French Quarter. And for souvenirs, visit our website at spiritsonbourbon.com. Spirits on Bourbon, 615 Bourbon Street.
Played two really good games on Friday and Saturday, very emotional games, both games that I thought were going to really get us going in the right direction for the rest of the season. Sunday we came out with a chance to sweep and I thought make a statement against a really good club, and we just didn't play very good baseball. But if you look back at the week in general, even with the loss at LSU, I thought we played okay. Played two really good games Friday, Saturday. So looking back here, trying to take a lot of positives going forward, I thought we played pretty good baseball last week as a whole.
Moments after Tulane lost to LSU last week at the box, you could see it in their eyes. Enough was enough. Losing 8 of 9 games does something to a team, especially with one with the storied tradition as the Green Wave. It's time for our Tulane report, where the Green Wave wins once, make that twice in walk-off fashion.
Here it comes.
There's a drive to left. It is way back. It is a grand slam. Home run. Game over.
Never had a walk-off home run, but I've had a walk-off hit, but never a walk-off home run. I actually didn't really feel it off the bat. I squared it up very well, and it just felt great. It was crazy. I mean, as soon as I was around at third base and I saw everybody around home plate, I was just ecstatic. I just running into them and jumping all over me. It was crazy. Really, really good experience.
And the pitch.
Shot to center, base hit. Garner around third. Green's throw to the plate. It is bounced and it is not in time. Lex Kaplan wins the game for Tulane.
Well, the first few at-bats, I've been swinging at some balls. They were throwing me some sliders away that I was chasing, and then that at-bat as well, I swung at a few balls, and I just was thinking, hey, I'm just getting my foot down here, throw my hands, and I threw my hands, and right when I hit it, I knew that I connected well with it. Nice short swing, and I was just pumped. Zach Flowers actually crushed me like a linebacker, but yeah, we got pretty excited.
All right, so we're over at our batting cages, right? We got a bunch of them in a row, 4 of them in a row. We got a 60-footer, a couple 50-footers, even a softball virtual, kind of cool. But talking a little bit about Tulane with this in the backdrop, and it comes down to those guys. I'm really proud of those guys, Jake Gautreaux, Chad Suter. Those guys are real young. They all come from winning programs in high school. I mean, if you're that good of a player, you probably made your high school team that good. But in college, it takes a team. And so they're dealing with adversity young, and I think that's going to mean a lot as these guys mature and get older. They won 2 out of 3, both in walk-off fashions, really big for that club, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. And one of the things you never want to lose, and I tell this to our 9-year-olds, our 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds, is never lose passion or exhilaration for just playing the game with your team. And I think that's what that team is continuing to do. They're going to continue to preach, is come to the park every day, be mature, be a professional about it, but never lose passion for playing the game.
And the beat goes on for ULL. The Ragin' Cajuns became the first team in the nation to 40 wins, beating Southeastern 6-5 Tuesday night, powered by a 2-out, 2-run, 9th-inning home run from Chase Compton. This week in the polls, the Ragin' Cajuns ranked number 2 in the nation by the USA Today Coaches Poll and Perfect Game, number 3 in the country by Baseball America and the Baseball Writers Association, and the National College Baseball Writers Association, while collegiate baseball ranks ULL 6th.
I mean, our coach from day one, he said we're a bunch of nobodies that try to be somebody, and I really think that's what we are. I mean, we're a bunch of guys, hard workers, that without each other, we really aren't anything, but we'll do anything for each other. We play hard, we're going to give it everything we got every play, and we're going to fight. We're going to try to win every game.
Time for another break here in Louisiana baseball. As we roll on from Big Easy Sportsplex, where legendary volleyball coach Julie Ibieta of Country Day, she brings that NOLA volleyball team right here to Big Easy Sportsplex.
Big Easy is a great place for us to be able to come and practice. It's a great facility. The girls enjoy being here. It's a place where we can come and really kind of work hard and be in a situation where we are able to improve all areas of our game.
For over 4 decades, Aero Fence has provided top-quality fencing, gates, and service. Not only specializing in all types of fencing, Aero Fence offers automated gates and controls. With an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, Aero Fence is fully licensed and insured. For a free estimate, log on to our website or call today.
At myhealthinsurancelady.com, we offer online quotes for Blue Cross, Humana, and Coventry, just to name a few.
That's My Health Insurance Lady.
We offer you expert advice on choosing a plan that's right for you and your family.
That's My Health Insurance Lady.
So go to myhealthinsurancelady.com for your health insurance needs.
That's My Health Insurance Lady.
myhealthinsurancelady.com.
How you doing? I'm Andre Labe. I'm a physical therapist. I'm actually the owner and CEO of Total Package Performance and Wellness Facility here at the Big Easy Sportsplex. Our program and our facility was actually spawned off of the idea that we have been seeing a dramatic increase in injuries in the adolescent age group from ages from like 10 to 17. And we've actually noticed that we've been seeing both in rehab and in surgeries some injuries such as ACL tears and Tommy John surgeries and these types of things that we used to see only in age groups from 16 to 21. What we've noticed is that our kids are being actually trained, being coached, and actually being and competing at a higher level at a much earlier age than we've ever seen before. And for that reason, we have seen this epidemic of major injuries. Just here at our facility, we've seen, we're on our 10th to 15th Tommy John reconstructive surgery under the age of 16. So about 5-6 years ago, we started looking at injury rates across the United States and in both the NCAA, college level, and high school level, and tried to identify schools and programs that had injury rates that were low, while on the same side having performance that was at a high level. And we found kind of a common theme of strength training that we've actually studied and adapted here at Total Package. And the idea is that we want to now prepare the adolescent athlete and prepare the orthopedically immature athlete for the sports that we're actually putting them through today. Hold the ball out, away from you, okay? Right about here, okay? Close your eyes. Don't let me move you. Don't let me move you. The beauty of it is that we're actually able to work with our athletes from both an injury standpoint all the way back to total performance, and from a performance standpoint, be able to build in strength training that actually helps us decrease the chance of injury. The beauty of it is that as our performance enhancement program goes, it really is an injury prevention program. And what we found is that that injury prevention program leads to higher performance. So it's something that we've been very lucky to kind of put ourselves in a situation that we have access to a facility like the Big Easy Sportsplex, because we can actually take our athletes from the plinth, the table, the treatment table, all the way out to the field. The other nice thing about it is we're able to communicate and work with different coaches from a strengthening standpoint and also from a coaching standpoint, and really figure out what they're trying to make these athletes do, and allows us to build a program that actually prevents those athletes from getting injured. We've worked with strength coaches from LSU, the New Orleans Saints, the Giants, different strength coaches from around the United States and the world, because we actually spent some time in the Czech Republic looking at their concepts of muscle imbalances. And that idea is that we can now start to predict things that may lead to an injury before the athlete even knows that they're getting injured. The muscle imbalance concepts are new that we've actually adapted here in the United States, and I'm one of about 10 other people in the United States that have been able to learn and actually spend time in the Czech Republic and adapting their concepts to here in the States. Our biggest call to action is really educating our parents, our coaches, and our schools on the fact that children of today need to be in an adequate strength training program that is adapted to their age, their chronological age, and also their pubescent age. One thing we've noticed is that children need to be trained a different way, and it's not weightlifting, and it's actually more body awareness training and giving the baseline of control that leads to them not getting injured. Our program is open to all sports. We train everyone from baseball to soccer to lacrosse and everything in between. And we have a huge program that's for the female athlete because we actually think that's a group that has not been addressed well in the Gulf South, all across the United States. Get athletic, beautiful. Call us here at Total Package or email us here at tpfunction.com and we can give you all the information on our program.
In the heart of the French Quarter, the recently renovated Spirits on Bourbon, as seen on Spike TV, is your must-see destination on Bourbon Street. With nightly entertainment featuring our dueling piano show. Sing along and have a great time. Spirits on Bourbon, with our world-famous signature drink, the Resurrection, served in our souvenir blinking skull mug with tons of booze and a jalapeno for extra kick. Or try the Barber Beer. It's not a beer, it's a delicious mixed drink with whipped cream vodka, root beer schnapps, cream soda, and topped with whipped cream. Or if you dare, pay homage to our resident ghost, Edward Dubois, and have a shot in his barber chair. Come hungry. Our great food is served 24 hours a day, Thursday through Monday. Steaks, shrimp beignets, shrimp po' boys, and the best gumbo in the French Quarter. And for souvenirs, visit our website at spiritsonbourbon.com. Spirits on Bourbon, 615 Bourbon Street.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center. And it's not just for pros like former LSU star Chad Jones.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us, why are you a member?
It's playoff time in high school baseball, and in 5A, they got a head start. We shine our high school spotlight squarely on 5A state playoff action. Catholic League teams going mano-a-mano in round one as 12th seed Shaw hosts 21st seed Holy Cross. Bottom of the third, and the Eagles grab the lead. Sophomore DH Matt Keller comes through with what would be the first of a big day for the young man, the RBI double. Eagles up 2-1. It was 5-1 Shaw when Keller came to bat in the fourth. The base hit to left, scores one, a play at the plate for a second run, a collision, ball and mitt comes off, the run scores. It was 7-1 Shaw. Holy Cross stages a furious comeback. How about 6 runs, highlighted by the 2-run home run by Christian Clayton? And Shaw escapes with a wild first-round win, eliminating the Tigers 11-9, the final.
That's the most important thing. You know, you have to win game one. Unfortunately, we had to stretch Jace a little bit further than we would have liked.
Kirsch Rooney Stadium, the site for a round one showdown between second seed Brother Martin and 31st seed St. Paul. LSU bound Gregory Dykeman up next, and the Brother Martin senior shortstop connects. That's going to score the go-ahead run, and look at Dykeman. He's going to come all the way to third with the RBI triple. And you think this young man is pumped up? Rightfully so. That hit was huge. Brother Martin survives a tough first-round affair and advances with a key 4-1 win over St. Paul's.
We knew coming out here it was going to be a big battle because, we knew they were a great ball club.
It's an emotional game. First round of playoffs, big game, great team we're playing against. So, getting a big hit, being able to go ahead early in the game, just real emotional, real fun, and I was just glad I could get that hit.
On Tuesday, we start our 5A playoff tour at Destrehan. The 11th seed Wildcats honoring retiring head coach Marty Luquette before the game. Destrehan hosting 22nd seed Bird, and the best present coach Luquette can get these days is having Cade Grenier on the mound. The lanky right-hander was up to his usual dominating self. He struck out batters to end both the first and second innings to set the tone. So much so, he would never allow a hit. A first-round playoff no-hitter by Grenier, who strikes out 11 along the way. Wildcats win 3-0. Grenier now 9-0 with an ERA of 0.77. Across the river at Hahnville, it was the 14th seed Tigers and head coach David Beaudry going up against his former team, Rummel, and his longtime assistant, Nick Monica. Both pitchers locked in a battle. Rummel's Spencer Veit with the strikeout to end the 7th, and we're headed to extra innings. Hahnville starter Tyler Lammers matching Veit pitch for pitch and getting some help from left fielder Chase Baggett with the clutch grab. Lammers still in, and Rummel shortstop Scott Wetzel laces a shot in the gap. It's going to hit the bottom of the fence in left center. Ashante Watley, he's going to come across to score the go-ahead run, and Rummel knocks off Hahnville in 10 innings. The final 5-3.
So much credit to Tyler Lammers over there. He did a great job, and I was just glad that I outdid him and we outdid him as a team.
Next up for Rummel, the winner of the Jesuit Central game. And under the lights of John Ryan Stadium, the 3rd seed Jays taking care of business, leading 3-1, Central threatening with the bases loaded, and at first this looks like a routine play. Blue Jays left fielder Scott Crabtree stays with it. On a windy night, this catch flat out saved 3 runs. Jays load the bases, and Trent Forshag says, there's hit number 2. Goes all the way to the wall, and it unloads the bases. The 3-run double made it 7-1, and Jesuit would go on to a 7-4 win and will now face Rummel in the best-of-3 quarterfinal showdown.
My name is Misty Suri. I'm an orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, and I do a lot of Tommy John and elbow surgeries.
Dr. Suri is the team physician for the New Orleans Saints, the Pelicans, as well as the University of New Orleans. Talking this week, Joey, about Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, it's the topic right now in Major League Baseball. It's all everybody's talking about. A couple of interviews with Dr. Andrews. Mackie Shilstone wrote an article about it in Times-Picayune the other day. So it's a unique topic that is out of control this year. Some of them think it's kind of an aberration of a year. Some people think it's a trend. They're blaming travel baseball. They're blaming velocity programs. They're blaming all kinds of stuff. So take a minute to listen to this guy. Really good stuff.
But what we see typically on a day-to-day basis that I see is a lot of younger kids getting these injuries. And so why do we ask? Why does that happen? I think rest is important. You got to have mechanics is important, and cross training too is very important. The core strength and the firing of the gluteal and hamstring and pelvis muscles. This is huge in preventing injury because that's all where our power comes from when we're throwing. It doesn't come from the elbow, it doesn't come from the shoulder, it comes from the legs and core. All right, so this is Joey's right elbow, and so what we're doing is showing you where we would make our incision for Tommy John surgery. And the Tommy John surgery is to reconstruct the ulnar collateral ligament. And the graft we typically take is, Joey, squeeze your fingers here, Joe. And so this is the palmaris longus graft, and most people have this tendon, and if they don't have it, we would use a hamstring tendon. But we take this graft from here, which is about that long or so, and we make an incision on the elbow. It's about 8 or 9 centimeters long. It's about that. It goes from there to there. And this is the medial epicondyle right here that I'm putting my finger on. This is where the ulnar nerve runs right here. And so if we look at the model here, this is where the ulnar collateral ligament would run from. It runs from the end of this humerus bone to the top of the ulnar bone, basically right here near the ulnar nerve. And so those 2 points here are where the ligament runs from about there to there. And so that would be how we reconstruct the ulnar collateral ligament. The best way to find me is on my website, mistysurimd.com. And that we can get you into the system that way, and I can get a look at you guys so that we can, number 1, rehab properly, number 2, prevention as time goes on so this doesn't happen again, and you're strong in your core, you're strong in your shoulders, and you're strong all over your body.
For over 4 decades, Aero Fence has provided top quality fencing, gates, and service. Not only specializing in all types of fencing, Aero Fence offers automated gates and controls. With an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, Aero Fence is fully licensed and insured. For a free estimate, log on to our website or call today. That'll do it for this week's edition of Louisiana Baseball. Thanks so much for watching. For Joey, I'm Eric here at the Big Easy Sportsplex.